Well, buddy, it's been a ride for you. But I know what you're thinking. Danny Derps is gone. The great ride is ended. The Derp has made a farewell. So I don't.
It feels like that happened so long ago. That happened on what, Thursday or something?
Well, it happened on Friday when it official, but he was benched on his bye week.
Yeah, so it happened.
No, we suck again.
Listen, the Jets are in disarray. The Giants are in disarray. The Cowboys can't tank right, and the Eagles continue to win. This is a nightmare for every NFC East
for
fan.
America.
Yeah, unless you're an Eagles fan. Look, the Giants looked awful, and Tommy DeVito.
It's getting bad, dude. Like I said it last week, man, on Friday. Like this is reaching free medium soda, quarterback draw on 3rd and 9, Joe Judge territory. Like it's getting that bad, dude. It's going to be a long 6 weeks.
I thought that era was over. You know, when they brought in Brian Dable and Joe Shane, I thought that they were coming in to end that era, and it's just a new one. It's kind of proven like whoever the personnel is that they bring in, this is a fucking clown show each time. And John Mara, because he's won 2 Super Bowls, he's getting a free pass, but he has mismanaged.
He has not been doing. He has been bad. Yeah. He has not been doing well. Like you were the one who said like he was the one who chose Daniel Jones and wanted to extend him, which it's.
He's turning into Al fucking Davis, dude. Al Davis won 3 Super Bowl rings and then fucking went senile. John Mara's not there yet, but like this is so bad. It is so bad. Mm-hmm. It's hard to watch, brother.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
So
it's that.
Do you want to hold on? I want to do something real quick before.
What are you thinking?
I wonder if they have it. Yes, they have it. They have it. We're gonna do it real quick.
Ooh, okay.
We're gonna do it real quick.
I am intriguing. So you know what? I'll do a few super chats while you're doing here with Mr. Russell Wilson with Will Suck. Sorry,
Will Suck with a picture of Tiger Woods as his
the Seahawks unique. My unlimited diarrhea is not responsible for the events of Thursday night. I will do all the heinies I must to uphold the standard. I mean, dude, that was Tomlin. He coached himself into a cardboard box.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
It got pretty bad.
I need a glass of water, but.
Do what you got to do. Oh, yes, sir, I do. Christopher Stubstad. Oregon State beat Washington State University to win the Pac-2. Surely they'll let us in the CFP at 5 and 6, right? Maybe. Polk for 279. All hail Josh Allen will bring out the Jeebus. It's probably going to end in playoff. A heartbreak in January as always, but what is? Brandon Brock, which fan base suffers the most? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean,
in all of
up there. I mean, you're looking Maple Leafs can be definitely up there. If you're looking all sports, the Mariners absolutely up there. I would say the Bills would be up there. The Vikings. The Lions, I would put up there too. I mean, it's been a nice couple years, but they're miserable for a very long time.
Yeah, but they're feeling themselves. Gosh, what fan base suffers the most? Like out of all, Guardians fans are pretty sad. White Sox won a World Series within the last 30 years.
They might move. Indians would probably, Guardians, Indians, whatever you want to call them. They'd be up there.
You know which fan base suffers the most, honestly, is Maple Leafs fans, not because of
I
the
had mentioned
losing.
that.
It's just they get up every day and they live a clueless, ignorant life. Like they think that they're good, they think that they're relevant, and they haven't won a cup in 70 some odd years. And then they just
55.
continue to like being that dumb and delusional has got to be suffering.
They won
Like,
one
just getting-
playoff series game in 22 years.
That's got to be awful, right? To wake up and just be a Leafs fan. That's terrible.
And the problem is everyone in Canada hates you because nobody in like Leafsnet or TSN will shut the fuck up about you. So you automatically have a target on your back.
Yeah, would I rather be
The
a
Dallas
Leafs fan or a
Cowboys of
Sabres
football.
fan? I'd rather be a Sabres fan so that I'm not a Leafs fan. That's how.
Dude, tell us how you really feel, man.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I know some good Leafs fans. They're mostly sad most of the time, but the arrogant ones can suck a dick. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this. Read one more super, and we'll do this food real fast.
Absolutely. Let's go with Ruben Cardenas for 5 bones. You would think Baldy would have balls of steel at this point. Giants have stomped him in the nuts repeatedly and slammed his penis in the car door. It's not slam penis in the car door. We already did that one earlier. I didn't want to overload with the penis.
All right, turkey. Turkey is elite.
It's elite. It depends on the turkey.
So
if we are talking dark meat turkey, SSS plus tier. If we're talking white meat turkey, that shit can get dry if you don't do it properly. You have to do it in a salt brine and let it cook properly.
Yes, if it's moist white meat, like moist so that when you put it on the plate, it leaves a puddle, that's the proper moistness. But if it's dry, if
it's dry, it's terrible. Like if you've had dry turkey, it's bad, dude. It's bad.
But even reheated dark meat the next day is still elite. It's top tier.
Fucking delicious. Dude, I'll have turkey legs just as is.
Yes.
Pumpkin pie. I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy.
I'm gonna go great. I'm like, out of the pies, it's very solid, but it's not elite.
Like if you're thinking pie, I'd probably go with apple or cherry, but I'm not really a pie guy. I'd rather go with something like cake or just a natural fruit because like it gets too syrupy and sweet.
You know what? We'll put pumpkin pie in. Okay. Yeah. Apple pie though.
Apple pie I'd put higher.
Apple pie is great. Apple pie is great. Biscuits. Ooh.
It depends on the biscuit. I mean, we talking like the Pillsbury biscuits? Are we talking homemade biscuits? Are we talking King's Hawaiian rolls? King's Hawaiian rolls are put them up there.
My thing with biscuit, my family doesn't really do the biscuits. We have so much other shit. Like I would put biscuits in. Like if I'm walking by and I'm like, all right, I got to make a decision here. I've got plate real estate. I'm going maybe on that. But actually, I will say this: if it's biscuits the next day in combination with the turkey, that is elite.
Let it marinate in the juices of the turkey. Ooh,
yes. Let's go with okay.
Yeah.
I'm not turning down biscuits. All right. I'm not turning down. Brussels sprouts, I'm going to put
up
on the maybe tier.
Here's the thing with Brussels sprouts. If you have them steamed, they taste fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But you have to have them baked or air fried. I roast them in my oven regularly. Little olive oil. Comes out delicious. 400 degrees, 20 minutes. That's the way I do them.
Where it's charred, like on a little
Yes,
bit
when you have that char on the inside, that's what
Yes.
unlocks the flavor. If it's steamed, it tastes like shit. And that's why everyone hates Brussels sprouts, because you have them steamed. You can't have them steamed. You have to have them fried, air fried, or roasted. It's the only way.
Some people are saying hard pass, but they're probably younger. Your taste buds will mature.
It's not
into
just that.
Brussels
It
sprout.
will mature, or they have them steamed, which is completely understandable. They taste like fucking shit when they're steamed.
Squash, I'm going to take a hard pass on if it's just by itself.
I mean, I don't mind it if it's on a side. Like, I wouldn't mind like a butternut squash. It's pretty good. Spaghetti squash isn't too bad either. But you need salt and pepper with them. They're too bland otherwise. So I put them in the maybe pile.
All right, I'll agree with you. All right, I'm going to get flamed in this. Jelly cranberries elite. Jelly cranberry is the perfect opposition to the turkey. Like it's like I've had too much turkey. I need to switch up my taste buds. Jelly cranberry in the can where it looks like this, so good. But
see, I'm not really into cranberry.
I will meet
I mean,
you
I might get flamed
halfway.
for it, but I'm not a cranberry guy.
So you're gonna just say hard pass. So we're gonna put it in.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm more. I mean, you can do it in okay. I mean, we'll balance out.
Mhm.
I'm more a hard pass kind of guy with cranberry though. But you love it, so.
Yes. All right, this one I'm torn on. Green bean casserole.
Ooh,
This
it
was the
depends on
only
how you
dish-
make it.
Yeah, that's true. My ex-wife, this was the only dish that she could cook in her freaking life, and she was good at it. So like, and I would still be like okay on it.
See, like for me, like if I'm making something for Thanksgiving and I'm going to a few like in the next few days, I mean, I would probably I'll probably do a mac and cheese. I mean, that's pretty basic stuff, like with some ham in there, shredded cheese, cavatappi pasta, a little milk, cream, butter. Just get it really thick and rich. And then I would probably do mashed sweet potatoes. Here's my question though: mashed potatoes, do you like the skin on or off?
Ooh, I can go either.
I love the skin
either.
on. I'm going to be
Skin
honest
on
with
is
you. I like
if they're red skin, if
Yeah.
they're Washington redacted potatoes, hell yeah.
I mean, if
I'll
that
take-
also
I'll take
sweet
the
potato
skin.
skin too. I mean, that's good
Ooh,
stuff.
sweet potato skin's good. All right, where are we putting this green bean?
I would put it in
casserole?
okay because once again, it
Yeah.
depends on like how they make it. Because I've had good green bean casserole and I've had bad green bean casserole. It's huge
Yeah, it's
difference.
not elite. Cornbread. Where are we putting
Ooh.
bread?
Once again, it depends on how you make it because you can have some really good cornbread,
Let's
but
just-
if it's dry,
Right.
That's the
Let's
problem.
assume that these are top tier. Like if it let's rank these at their best because like for some people like squash at its best, it's still a maybe for me. So let's say
I
it's cornbread at its
really
best.
good cornbread, I would probably say great. I mean, a nice piece of cornbread with some turkey. I mean,
Cornbread
that's
is
my
great.
jam.
Cornbread is great. Like a good where it tastes almost like a
where it
cake.
where it just like literally just came out of the oven, piping
Yeah,
fresh.
like
You have that
split it
nice
open.
scent. But then I'm like, oh my god.
Yes.
Like if you
Yeah,
have it in
Joey.
a barbecue cornbread, something like that. Oh, dude.
Covered
done.
in butter. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
With the
Corn is
cinnamon
elite.
butter.
Corn is elite. I'm putting
Corn on the cob is
right
amazing.
on. Yep.
I love
I'm putting
corn
it
on the cob.
right on first plate.
Dude, best way to
First
do it,
plate.
grilled corn on the cob. Let it caramelize. Oh my
yes.
god. Tastes
Yes.
delicious, dude. I
Or-
love cooking that with like pork chops or steaks, putting that on top and letting that smoke get in there and just really sear it. Dude, best way to do it.
Yes. Or corn on the grill that's been wrapped in tinfoil, so it's just
Ooh.
gets cooked thoroughly
There
and then
it
sort of
is.
scorched. Yes.
Quick question.
Cranberries
Have you ever had
ahead.
hominy? You ever have hominy?
No, what is that?
It's like
what is
it's like
hominy?
it's like water inject. It's like really thick corn kernels. They are delicious if
Really?
you ever mix them with rice. You ever get a chance, find them in the store, try them out.
Let me look this up. I might have had hominy. Hominy.
it's
It
very
sounds like a New York person saying harmony.
Or mahogany or
Hominy.
mahogany. It sounds like a type
Hominy.
of wood.
Ooh, I've never had hominy. I've seen.
I mean,
I've
I
never
found it in
even
a
seen
store a while
these.
ago, and it's really good. I mean, Bush's makes hominy, white and golden kernel.
Wow. Those
But
look good.
that's the way to do it. Hominy is very
Okay,
delicious.
Mexican style. Juanita.
Mhm.
Okay. Cranberry sauce, I'm indifferent on. I can go.
I'm not
okay on
a cranberry sauce guy.
All right, let's go maybe on that. Or
Yeah.
even let's even hard pass it. Since we're
Yeah, I'm
indifferent on
not
it.
a cranberry sauce guy.
Creamed corn, I'm a hard pass on.
I'm not a cream corn guy. I prefer whole kernel. Not a cream corn guy.
Dinner rolls, I'm gonna go great. I will grab
I
a
would say
dinner
great.
roll.
King's Hawaiian
Yes.
rolls, man. On
Yes.
holiday, it hits different,
Mhm.
especially with ham. Oh,
Especially
dude.
cutting it, yeah, or putting ham in with the turkey, like, and
Yeah.
then putting it on a dinner roll and eating like a little mini sandwich with some mayonnaise. Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Gravy's elite. Gravy is elite all day. Question for you though: what do you put in the gravy to thicken it?
That's a good thing. I'm not a gravy guy. I just
What?
cannot do gravy. I've never
What?
liked gravy. No,
No way.
I'm
I
dead
would-
serious.
I would, as a guy who
And
looks
I
at
know I'm a
you-
fat boy, but
I know as a fat,
but I'm
boy,
not a gravy guy.
Really.
No,
Wow.
never have. I'm not a. I
Okay.
prefer it takes away from the flavor of the meat.
It's
That's
still-
why I don't
it's
like
still-
steak sauce.
you're-
It's just like
you're
it
s-
drowns the meat and masks its flavor.
Oh man,
Tree's a fake fat
ass.
ass. Dude, that's bad. I mean, I did lose weight. Don't worry, I can get
You're
it
a poser.
back. I'll get it back.
You're a poser, dude. You don't like gravy?
I'm not a real fat guy. Real fat
not.
guys would love this shit, man.
Yeah. Real fat guys like Mark Mangino, they would break their leg and gravy would pour out of that shit.
Mark Mangino. I haven't heard that name in 10
Remember
years.
him? He
Oh yeah,
lost
the
a lot
Kansas
of weight,
coach.
I think.
He did. I think he
Yeah.
had gastric bypass. I think.
Yeah, same with Ralph Friedgen. Remember him? Remember what an era when Ralph Friedgen and Mark Mangino were facing each other on the sidelines. Those were the days right there.
Yep. Oh yeah, man.
All right, Ham is elite. We got to go.
Ham is definitely S
so
tier.
elite.
Oh, dude, if you get that honey baked ham glazed in an oven fresh out of there, nice fresh dinner roll, maybe on a King's roll. Oh, dude,
Brown sugar ham coated on there.
Dude,
then,
stop making me hungry, please.
You make the little tent, the aluminum foil tent, and then like a cup of water in the base, and it just steams through it.
Oh.
And
Wicked sick. I'm so sorry, dude. I mean, you are missing out on pork.
Yeah.
Well, you're half Jewish, so that's your Thai side talking.
My dad fucking ate ham like it was fucking going out of style, dude. He did not follow that kosher bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit. It's just, he did not follow the kosherness. Yeah.
I mean, the problem is like if ham and anything out of a pig were disgusting, it would not taste so goddamn delicious.
So my dad explained it to me, like he was like, the reason why they say that they don't eat ham is because it was like back in the day, the Bible was like a health code, and it was a way to keep people from getting sick. Yeah. And then they just kind of took it literal. But ham is cleaner than it used to be.
Well, you have to remember, ham for a long time, like you had to cook it well done because of trichinosis. But now they irradiate it, so you can eat it like medium well, maybe even a medium rare in instances, and not get sick. That was always the
thing. You stay Jewish when the eyes are on you, right? There you go. I got you.
It's like oh, I'm a virgin, but I like taking it through the butt. It was one of those things. I get it.
I had a friend here, quick aside, that he had convinced his girlfriend that she was still a virgin as long as he didn't nut inside her.
What? That goes against the whole thing.
He's like, yeah, as long as I don't complete, you haven't had sex. And she was like, okay.
Dude,
I was like,
you've had sex with your hymen breaks, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Mac and cheese. I'm torn on mac and cheese. It has to be the big fat mac and cheese, and it has to be that extremely cheesy mac and cheese.
Oh, dude, I know how to make mac and cheese, dude. Here's the thing.
Are we going with great?
I would go great, man. Like I do cavatappi pasta for that spiral noodle thicker than an elbow mac. Cook that in. Add like chicken broth, a little bit of fat in there. Add butter, milk. And then different types of cheese. I would probably do probably smoked Gouda I would mix in there, 3-cheese blend mac, and then I add sliced ham and like some of that not like a basic ham, but like like a honeysuckle ham, something like that. Cook that in there, mix that in. Then I'd top with panko and broil that. That's the way you do mac and cheese.
I don't know whether to go and eat more or jack off. That sounds delicious.
I mean, it took me a while to perfect. I mean, I'm slowly perfecting it either way, but like I used to do salads too, but I'll probably do that for one of the parties. And then the other probably mashed sweet potatoes.
We got to do a clickbait Thanksgiving one year.
Trying to get the fat boy card back. Dude, just wait till you figure out how I make rice.
All right. Mashed potatoes are elite, right? They're elite, especially if they're made with,
oh yeah, dude.
If they're made with,
if you make actual potatoes instead of like the
sour cream.
I'm not sour cream, maybe. I'm more like add butter, and now I'd probably add depends on what you're thinking. If it's a sweet potato, it would work well with cinnamon and nutmeg and brown sugar. But if you're a regular mashed potato,
Costco guys. Okay, I don't understand how they got so famous. They're just the Rizzler and they bring the boom and all that stuff. I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, dude, you can say that about a lot of people
jealous.
These days, man. I mean, you can say that about us. Look, that's what I get famous. I just have an annoying fucking voice and shit talking better people than me. How do I get famous?
But now that people don't, now that you're outed as a fake fat guy, you're going down. You're
dude, I've been going down for years. I mean, honestly, this is where I get canceled.
Red wine. I am not drinking red wine. That's a hard pass.
No red wine on Thanksgiving. The thing is, wine is for a different event. I'm not drinking wine on Thanksgiving. I usually don't drink when like dinner. I'm usually more like I'll drink like later at night, just because I feel like I guzzle it down too fast. And if I were to drink at dinner, I'd probably have like 4 or 5 and I'm already knocked out. So it's a preventative measure. Plus, like I'm not like a day drinker kind of guy. So it's just one of those things.
All right, we are doing supers, by the way. We're just getting through this
we're doing the
tier list right here. We're
doing all the tiers.
Hungry. We will get to all the supers.
Yeah,
roasted vegetables. I'm gonna just go okay on that.
I would say okay. It depends on like if you're looking at like maybe a spaghetti squash and a zucchini. I think that would work with the turkey, but it depends on what you're doing too.
Scalloped potatoes. I'm leaning towards great. Any type of potatoes is good,
dude. Scalloped potatoes. Great. I mean, they're great, man. I don't really have scalloped potatoes all that often, which is
sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on.
With
top.
The marshmallows, I might do that. That might be an elite.
Ooh, okay. I'll let you have that. I'm torn on that. Like I would probably I'd be iffy on that, but I'll let you have that.
But I mean, you got to make it. I mean, as I said, a little cinnamon and nutmeg takes it over the top.
Sparkling juice. I'm just maybe on that.
Not really sparkling.
Juice is always good, but like these drinks on this list are interesting.
Yeah.
And then to finish it off, to me, stuffing is elite, especially my mom's stuffing.
Stuffing would be a great to elite. I would say that.
I'm gonna go with the elite stuffing with gravy on it. Yeah. Cherry pie is high end talent. But a lot of people don't make a fresh cherry pie on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they usually use canned cherry.
Yeah,
I think it's more because it's easier to find really good apples and fresh apples instead of like fresh cherry. It's different.
Yeah. So cherry pie, pecan pie, and like a key lime pie. Any of those are going to go in the great tier.
She's my cherry pie.
All right, so we're done with that.
With a sweet surprise, Brandon dropped for $5. Look at all the teams in the Tank Bowl race. It is glorious. Oh, I can show you about Tank Bowl, baby. Dude, Tank Bowl is heating up, and I love it. We're finally next week, we're finally getting into playoff clinchings and eliminations. And it's about damn time. Look at this Tank Bowl. Look at this stats.
Oh, it's the Giants beautiful. Are in prime position to get that number 2 to number 1 overall pick. We've lost 6 straight. It's been a month and a half. I've been angry. I've been walking around just wondering what I'm doing with my life because the Giants are headed down to the bottom. They're doing about as well as my YouTube channel right now.
Ooh, dude, don't all the self-deprecation. Let's go, baby. I mean, Tennessee fucked themselves over because Houston didn't want to win. So they are now no longer number 1. They've dropped to 6th. Cleveland won, so they're out of the contest.
Yeah, Cleveland
making a run back. Well, Cleveland fucked up because Mike Tomlin decided, you know what? I'm going to play long range game. I'm going to fuck this up so Cleveland gets screwed over the top end. That's what they're thinking. Chicago's making a late run too with all these devastating losses. Miami's pretty much out of it, which is a shame. But San Francisco might not make the playoffs, which is beautiful.
All right, what are the 2 trash tiers? We got regular trash.
Ooh,
and what is the trashiest of the trash? Jaguar trash?
I would probably say, that's a tough one. I mean, we got to go Raiders trash.
Ooh, Raiders.
I think they're definitely very trash. And I would say for the final trash tier, in honor of Danny Derps, John Mara trash can trash.
Okay.
Yeah, over there.
American.
We'll do that little thing here real quick.
All right, read some supers before this thing.
Yep.
Oh, I can't change the font.
I didn't want to repeat. Connor Akers for 2. Who's better at knockouts, Mike Tyson or Bill Cosby? I mean, Cosby was undefeated. Tyson got beat. Beast of Metal 1989. Unsolicited hockey thought. It appears the heroes of New Amsterdam are reacting 1664 this early season. Too bad they were meant to distract 5 points from the horrors of the Nats, Knicks, and Lowell Mets. Apparently, things are a shit show, and you're 12-6-2.
The Rangers?
Yeah, they're kind of a mess because now they want to trade Trouba, they want to trade Kreider. Zibanejad's contract's apparently a mess, and he can't.
Who wants to trade? These are fucking idiot fans that are fucking spouting off, dude. Like, I'm sorry, this is a talented team. They started the season with 6. Yeah, they're 12-6-2. Whoever these fans are that are complaining and just bitching, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This Ranger team is fine. They are going to get it together. Okay. Yeah, they have too much talent. Mika's playing like shit right now. Panarin will get it going. Lafreniere, like, come on, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the sky's falling, and then we'll win 6 in a row, and they'll hop back on the bandwagon, and they'll be like, "I was here all along. Yeah, when we were down, I was like, shut the fuck up. Can't stand that shit."
Ruben 27 Lozano, which South Division worse, AFC or NFC? Might be NFC right now. Or AFC. Might be AFC. I mean,
AFC is pretty bad.
It's atrocious. I mean, Carolina's at least showing progress.
All right, keep going.
Dane B. It's not up here, but my personal favorite is the one my grandma makes every year. It's basically mac and cheese, but replaces noodles with shredded potatoes. Oh, that's a good one, man. I think my aunt makes that too. That's good stuff.
It's just carbs and cheese.
Oh, dude, carb load, hangover food, best stuff. Tucker White, 94 for 5. Thought experiment. Worst owner in Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, and NHL, both current and all time. And of those, who takes the crown? Ooh, I mean, if you're going baseball, probably Loria or Mark Schott or Charles Comiskey.
Loria's pretty bad.
Yeah,
fuck Loria. He sued his own fans.
Oh, yeah. And then he ruined 2 franchises. Worst and current owner, I mean, you could put Fisher, Moreno,
Fisher.
Monfort.
I'll go Fisher.
Yeah. NBA, Donald Sterling is the gold class, and Stepien would probably be honorable mention. I mean, they made a rule.
Currently, who's the worst? Dolan is the worst current.
Dolan, they don't know what they're doing. Jordan would be there, but I mean, I would say, well, Jordan's
a terrible owner.
Jordan
yeah. He sold, yeah.
So he's gone.
NFL all-time worst owner, Culverhouse.
Culverhouse, Snyder. I would go with Preston Marshall.
Preston Marshall. Pretty bad.
Yeah, but I would probably
Washington has had terrible owners. Yeah. And then NHL, the Pagulas are pretty bad.
Harold Ballard.
Ballard is the worst of all time, but currently I would say Ken Behring's a great, terrible owner.
I mean, worst owner, I mean, if he was still there, I would say Meruelo, but he's gone. I mean, Jacobs is a pretty bad owner.
Bill Wirtz had to die.
Dollar Bill was bad. I got to make a video on him.
Yeah, let's go. All right, we could spend all day on that one.
Yeah, so. Oh yeah. And Matthew Ramirez, my Patriots are dead in the water. Lost another season. We completely need to reset the offense. May getting destroyed. Well, at least you might have a quarterback, but you got to be careful because I mean, Mac Jones looked good in his rookie year too. That's the problem. Aaron Ratner, which NHL teams have surprised you most so far? And Winnipeg. I did not expect them to be a wagon. I expect
they're
them
fucking
to be
good. They're fucking people up.
With fucking Scott Arneal. Joe Batson, former Jag turned Yinzer. Just an FYI, my coworker is also a huge fan and wanted to share that we quote clips from your videos all day. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you, man. I feel bad for your coworker.
Yeah.
Beast of Metal 1989. Also, whoever's leading the NHL in blood leads should be forced to use Reversal of Fortune by Skinless as their goals against song at home. Check stat. No, God. No, please. No. Both Penguins feathers. Yeah, they've blown so many 2-0 leads. It's bad. Like, the Penguins suck.
The Penguins are pretty bad, bro.
Yeah. I was supposed to go to the Utah game on Saturday. Problem was my girlfriend had a really bad migraine when we were having dinner, so she couldn't go. And I just gave away the tickets online. But, I mean, it would have been a fun time, but they lost 6-1. They're fucking terrible. I mean, Mike Sullivan should have been fired years ago, but the problem he isn't is because FSG loved him.
Well, he won 2 cups, so they can't really but there's no loyalty in the NHL. They'll fire a fucking cup
Berube
winning.
won a cup in 19, he got fired. Jim Montgomery had like the record for most like finals appearances. Like he had a big playoff carry. He got fired in a fucking whim.
No loyalty in the NHL.
Oh, dude, they fire you for breathing improperly. You kidding me?
Yes. They're like, this locker room needs a different voice.
Yep. I mean, I wish the NFL did that more often, but what do I know? NPR for 5. 49ers were missing Purdy, Bosa, Williams, Ward, Greenlaw, Lenore, Hufanga, and Wisnowski. Can we rename them to a hospital-related team? I mean, not just that, dude. I mean, this is 2020 Redux. It's getting bad, dude.
All right, let's start with read this. Actually, we'll stop at Ziegler. We'll stop at Ziegler. Okay.
Yep. Christopher Brickner, Thursday's loss isn't surprising. Thursday night Tomlin is real. Tomlin is bad on Thursday night games and 0-7 against AFC North teams. Yeah, I think he's like 1-8 or something like really bad. And Justin Ziegler for 20. Sup, boys? Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm thankful for? 1, thank you, Giants Barkley MVP. 3, what's the salt of level of 5s? And 2, cue round ball rock, baby, and get the mouse tanks ready. We got Tanksgiving, baby. Oh, dude, this is all New York right now. Such is life, man. But let's go to my salt, Steelers-Browns.
All right, Steelers-Browns. Where are the Steelers are not going to Super Bowl?
Well, they are no longer in Super Bowl after that performance. Here's the thing. I was saying it too. Like, it felt like that was a game where you expected them to play like shit because it's like, oh, it's a really bad team on the road Thursday night, bad weather conditions. I'm like, yeah, they're playing like shit. And guess what? They played like shit. I mean, that was a bad coaching job. It was a bad personnel job, bad execution. Cleveland just outmaneuvered you at every angle, especially in the trenches on 4th down. 1 for 10, 3rd down, 3 for 3 on 4th. And Tomlin just he showed his flaws, and it's just he's never evolved as a coach, and that's what frustrates everyone. I know, like, a bunch of people sit around wondering if you don't pay attention to Steeler football, and I completely understand why. They're completely terrible to watch, but it's just they sit there and think, why do you hate Tomlin? It's like, if you watch the games, you'll understand. But it's they're wild card right now, and the Browns, I think they might be Tanksgiving still. I mean, they're 3-7, or they're 3.
They're in football hell. They're kind of out of a top pick. You know what they should do? They should do the right thing and just cut Watson and just eat. They should do what the fucking Giants did. Just cut Watson and save face and just give him whatever. He's owed the money anyways, right? Just take the dead cap hit and start all over.
Here's the problem. I mean, they might have to.
Just do it. Just cut his ass.
And that becomes Herschel Walker caliber trade.
Yeah.
Because Herschel Walker at least was able to play for a few years and didn't look terrible. He was just miscast and misused.
All right. So yeah, your team sucks. We talked about it, and
we're still going super. Oh, you want to talk about really bad teams? The fucking Texans. Jesus Lord. Oh my God. What a fucking bad team. They are mega frauds. Like, that's the thing. Like, their offense it's so bad. CJ Stroud has regressed into just, I don't know if it's Slowick or Stroud or we crowned him too fast, but good fucking God. They are terrible. Their defense is bad too. They have strong pass rush, but they're giving up 70-yard touchdowns to Chigakonkwo when he shouldn't have been close to that. Like, what are we doing here? They are division, but that's by default.
And the Titans are in football. They're on the cusp of Tanksgiving.
They're Tanksgiving. They are Tanksgiving.
They're okay, fine. I'll put them down.
They are Tanksgiving. I mean, the Titans tried to lose that game. Don't get me wrong here. They tried so hard.
But they won it. Will Levis threw a pick 6 like he does every week, it seems, and then they still won.
Yeah, I mean, he got sacked 7 times and they were leading in a half.
Yes. Vikings Bears. This was the funniest.
This was another
game of the week.
Honestly, I found Kami's Cowboys to be funnier, but Bears Vikings was that was a who wants to lose because the Vikings, there should have been no reason the Bears came back in that game. Like, that is atrocious. And the Vikings should be thanking their lucky stars. They are going to, it is looking like 2022 where they escape a bunch of different times and then just get blown the fuck out in the first round. That's what it's looking like to me. They are a wild card, but they are a very suspect wild card.
Even at 9-2? Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, well, you remember the Lions
are they winning the division? Oh yeah, no,
the Lions.
They're in the toughest division.
They're in a brutal division. Yeah, that's the thing, but they are
right.
suspect. It is 2022 again. Because as I said, like, I mean, the Bears though, they find unbelievable ways to just like wreck their fans' hearts, and they are football hell. Like, they are the definition. Like, the Hail Mary, you kind of have a comeback. You finally have a guy who might be a quarterback in Caleb Williams. It costs you every goddamn thing imaginable. It is so.
And then the blocked field goal, and then the comeback versus dude. Like, that's
and then they came back again, and then they just squander the first drive. And my question is, did you hear about Matt Eberflus, why he challenged that first catch and the second half by Addison?
No.
It's because it was an explosive play. I'm not joking. He said it was explosive.
Like diarrhea?
Like, no, I mean, like, it was like a big play, but I'm like, why are you challenging that, you fucking moron?
They've
like,
lost
dude, how are you
5 in a row.
They've lost 5 in a row. They are deep in the tank. I mean,
7-4.
Like,
right? There's so many sliding doors because they can't finish games. Fucking fools, dude.
Well, the reality is it's not even finishing games. They're finding ways to lose games, which is just bad. And I mean, dude, Jack, I would love Caleb Williams on the Steelers. That'd be great.
I'll take him as a Giant. That could do that play to set them up for the game tying field goal was elite. I see why they drafted him number 1 overall. They got their guy.
Well, that's why they went after got rid of Fields. I knew that from the moment it happened. It's like, yeah, you have either a potential starting quarterback or potentially generational. What's going to be your pick?
I don't know. Cowboys-Commanders. This was also
this was fucking hilarious. Yeah. It was so funny. Such terrible football.
I don't know if the Commanders are going to make it in as a wild card. I don't know. They're in football right now.
They're collapsing. I mean, they are still wild card technically, but they've lost 3 in a row. They do not look good. Jaden Daniels is visibly injured. And I mean, I have a stat here for how many. Let me present this real quick, because it is just hilarious how like fucky this whole situation was. Special teams in the Dallas-Washington game today have had a blocked field goal, blocked punt, 3 missed field goals, 2 missed extra points, a 99-yard kickoff return, and an onside kickoff return touchdown. That's all you need to know about this game.
It was one of the sloppiest like special teams games I've ever seen, but also great special teams game, right? Like you can argue that the blocked punt is outstanding special teams, but like it was just a what the fuck kind of game.
Yep.
I'm surprised there wasn't a safety in the game. That game was, and it wasn't a scoregami somehow.
It was,
like
it was
all
just
the
a bad football game.
Math.
It was atrocious.
30
because it ended up with an even score. It was like 34 to 26. I think that was why. If it were a couple odd numbers, I think it would have been. But
yeah, that's a weird score. 34 to 26. All right, where are the Cowboys? Are they football hell? Because they're 4 wins. They're not close.
They are
to
football hell because Jerry Jones is football hell.
All right, let's read some more supers. We stopped at the Phantom Observer.
Yes, sir. Let me load these up here. Yep, Phantom Observer. So do you like breadcrumbs, rice, corn, or couscous as a stuffing / dressing? I realized you could have any other for a dressing.
Yeah, couscous. Not heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't think of couscous, but rice. I usually thought it was bread or breadcrumbs.
Gosh, as a stuffing, breadcrumbs is the go-to. That's even what my mom
breadcrumbs is usually the go-to.
I like me some breadcrumbs. I like it stuffed. I like the stuffing that's been stuffed in the turkey. So good because it's moist with turkey gravy.
So Brussels sprouts were redomesticated in the 90s.
Maybe.
I mean, it makes sense. Maybe that's why they don't taste like shit when they're cooked or roasted. MKI Sports, the restaurant I'm working at in Louisville has a catering service that has ham and turkey this Thanksgiving. I'm going to get stuffed before my NOLA trip this Sunday to get hurt again as I watch Rams NOLA.
Hey, have fun down in the Superdome.
We'll see, man. Oh, yeah, man.
Yep.
I mean, that's a fun little trip.
Oh, yeah.
Superdome's an interesting little place. Christopher Brickner, Watson trade at least allowed for the Flacco and Winston comeback. Tree, you have Injury Bowl, Tank Bowl. Thursday should be called a Snow Bowl. No, it's Tanksgiving. Tanksgiving. We've had Christmas Tank Bowls. We've had Tanksgiving. But this is definitely Tanksgiving. Cowboys-Giants is truly a Tank Bowl. And I'm going to be sad if Tommy DeVito is going to be out for it because Horsecock Lock versus Cooper Rush does not have the same bite as Tommy DeVito versus Trey Lance.
Dude, Tommy DeVito got fucking smoked in that game. He was getting crushed.
Oh, dude, he got destroyed. Darian Clark, move Cranberry to okay. It's only liked if you're 40 plus. Well, this guy is 40 plus.
I am 40 plus.
Ooh, Eduardo Garcia, hominy is used for pozole. I've never heard of pozole.
I've never had that. I never had hominy.
Look that up. Hominy is delicious. But a pozole verde, it's a traditional soup or stew from Mexican cuisine. Hominy with meat. And can be seasoned or garnished with shredded lettuce or cabbage, chili peppers, onion, garlic, radishes, avocado, salsa, or limes. Ooh, sounds interesting. Might be a nice little summertime soup. Ghost Dog 814, going up to New Jersey to see the family for Thanksgiving, and we'll get shit-faced drunk so I won't have to watch the Giants. Let the rum and coke flow. Oh, dude, I have to watch for sports ball. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Red Rhino 49, congrats to Max Verstappen on winning his 4th championship. Also, Cadillac is joining the F1 grid in a couple years. A real American team, unlike Haas. I'd be interested to see how Cadillac does in F1.
Cadillac in the F1 grid. That sounds ridiculous.
I mean, it's probably just the overall GM brand. I thought they'd do something like Chevy or Pontiac.
Right. It's more believable to think that like Ford would create or like Toyota or something or Nissan. Like I cannot believe that Cadillac would be or like Renault had a team.
Yeah, Renault does have a team.
What's a car brand that I'd be shocked? Kia. Like Kia joining the F1 grid would would be less
Buick and Oldsmobile, just like 80s NASCAR. They used to drive Buicks and Oldsmobile chassis.
The Oldsmobile was an old ride around there. Okay. Citroen.
Crew Kids 52. The Giants are dog shit, and it makes me feel bad. Any idea where this organization goes from here? I'll refer to you.
Straight to hell.
Straight
to hell. That's where we're going to go.
We're
going further down.
What circle? Smooth Criminal 12. Houston trading a haul for Kikuchi just to let him go to Anaheim is the peak of poor asset management. Maybe they were scared of another Jose Abreu. He was always a rental, and they always paid a shit ton for him. But the Angels are paying him like $23 million a year.
That was a steal, if you ask me.
I mean, it's a fine deal. I mean, like it got you $100 million. Like the Angels are spending again, but they're spending on depth. I mean, the problem is the thing is with the Angels, it's they've invested so much. They let Ohtani go. Now you're bringing in depth, and now Mike Trout might not be healthy enough to play a full year, and it's just.
I don't think Trout plays a full year again in his career. He's just so banged up. He's the greatest player.
I think he has there's that permanent back issue that might flare up too. Like as I said, he's baseball's Bobby Orr. He's a generational talent undone by injuries in his prime.
Yeah, back issues don't go away. They just don't.
I mean, even surgery won't fix that. Christopher Brickner, Steelers would have had better odds on the Hail Mary if your best receiver focused on catching the ball instead of fighting Newsom out of the end zone. Dude, if you even saw the Washington game, he was fighting a dude during the interception. Like, that's all he fucking does. It's like, dude, just go fight Jake Paul, call it a day. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be Jake Paul versus George Pickens at the MGM Center in Las Vegas. At the Bellagio. Fucking hell. And AK-850. Tree, don't feel bad about the gravy. I'm not too fond on turkey. I mean, if you're light meat turkey, it can taste like shit. So that's understandable. But dark meat turkey, I'm going to fight you. I'm throwing hands for that shit.
Yeah. Dark meat turkey. That's my shit
man.
right there.
Uxinator. Hot take. Turkey with gravy is overrated. Instead, turkey with ketchup or combined with gravy is the bomb on Thanksgiving. So freaking good. Turkey with ketchup.
See, I eat ketchup on steak, but I don't put it on my turkey. I don't
You're
put
Patrick
it on
Mahomes,
turkey.
huh? Ketchup with steak?
Yeah. I will put ketchup on my steak, but I don't like it on turkey.
Here's the thing.
Because
I'm a pretty
I think
basic
A1
dude.
sauce sucks.
I'm not a steak sauce guy. I'm not into sauce on my steak. With me, like the flavors in the meat. So I prefer a basic bitch salt and pepper seasoning and let that meat shine. That's my belief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like light seasoning, dap it up both sides, rock it from there. And Jared Oberfeld, one thing the three of us have in common is Tree Steelers, Fives Giants, and my Ravens have each won 2 Super Bowls since the Cowboys' last appearance. Eat that, Scooter. Thank God Dallas sucks right now.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
It's so good.
And Christopher Brickner, from Hail Mary to saying the snow gave the Browns the win. Pittsburgh has snow. Pickens is becoming AB. He should be low-cal with Tomlin and Quentin Johnston. I mean, Quentin Johnston had a lot of bad drops yesterday. Oof.
Quentin Johnson Jefferson. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's not talking smack in the chat tonight for good reason. Low Brownie 826 became a YouTube member.
Hey, let's go.
Bring out the Jeebus for that one.
We need to do something for when we get a new member.
I bring out the Jeebus.
Okay.
I mean, are you going to show your top chocolate starfish like always? David R for 5. Locale of the week, Colorado Buffaloes football. Didn't they blow a big lead?
Yeah, they got humbled according to. No, they just lost. They lost to somebody good. I forget, like not great, but like they were talking all that shit. I know they lost. Yeah. I was watching the game. Who did they fucking lose to? Kansas. Kansas smoked them. That's why, and they were on their way to a college football, a playoff berth. If they win that game, they were well on their way to the berth, but they lost. So
yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Low Brownie for 826 for 5. Lions winning the division again, unless the Vikings keep winning. Seriously, how in the hell do they keep winning these games? Same thing as 2022, by the skin of their teeth.
We keep pulling out of their ass.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Soft schedules, dude. Edward Hahn became a YouTube member. Thank you, brother. Bring out the Jeebus.
Bring out
lots
your
of Jeebus for everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan P. Kaiser. The collapse of the Jags, going from the top of the AFC halfway through last season to leading the #1 overall draft pick this year, needs to be studied by sports historians for decades to come. Dude, we saw it happen half a decade ago with Saxonville. But it's just a faster version of it. As I said, it all fell to shit the moment Trevor Lawrence had that injury. Then they forced everything, started falling apart. Their defense fell apart. Now it's just they didn't change anything, and the result, this is what happens.
Yep.
I'm shocked Doug Peterson's still fucking there. Christopher Brickner, great NBA story. Tyronn Lue went from assistant Cavs coach to interim and won the 2016 championship his first year, had one chance, and he made history. I mean, not just that. I mean, he became LeBron's puppet.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Lakers, didn't pan out, and then I think he's at the Clippers now, right?
He's just Clippers coach. He can actually coach. He just,
yeah,
he was like, whatever.
Yep. Drew Kashal, 5. Do you see the Giants getting Cam Ward?
Yeah, that's who we're going for. If we get the #1 overall or #2, we're taking Cam Ward.
Cam or Shador. I think those are the two guys everyone's saying.
Cam.
I think Shador is a red flag because of just like his character and Dion. It reminds me of like a Ball situation.
Yeah, you need
there's going to be that aura that's going to be around.
He needs a team that deserves him. You know what I'm saying?
He needs a team that can corral his ego and make him play football. If he does that, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Christopher Brickner, more than half the NFL teams are below 500. LOL. I mean, dude, it's a lot of shitty football this year, and I love it.
A lot of shitty football. Read this 20, and then we'll go back to the Tiermaker.
Yes, sir. Christopher Bodden. Steelers, Tomlin, and the Giants are, the Giants. So glad Montana has legal plans to help out with my anxiety watching the Chiefs since they are cardiac. GEHA knew what they were doing, getting naming rights. Go KC3P. I think they're a health insurance company.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at
Yep,
something.
do what you got to do. But let's go on to our next game, sir.
Okay. It is the Patriots Dolphins, the most boring game on Sunday. The Dolphins are back.
They're in football hell.
They're football hell. The Patriots
I mean, the thing
are
is, they are Raider trash. I mean, they're pretty bad.
yeah.
The thing is, like,
bad.
Drake May has nothing around him. It's a New England game where they go to Miami. What'd you expect was going to happen? Tua hasn't lost a game against New England. He's 7-0 against them, which is hilarious. But it's just, it's bad.
Smoking
dude.
that Patriots pack.
Yeah, like he's taken so many dubs against American Patriots that he might as well be Vietnam.
All right, next game. That was a good joke. Chiefs Panthers. The Chiefs pulled this. Everyone who took the Chiefs money line was like, "Oh fuck!" Because it was like minus. I forget. It was like the money line was like minus 700 or something. Like you would bet like $500 to win like $8 or something. So if you, in order to win money on that, you would have to bet like a 2 or 3 or 4,000 to actually win some good money, and then they almost lost. So the Chiefs they're
still Super Bowl,
but they're
I mean they're
Super Bowl.
They remind me of the 2017 Steelers. They let really bad competition stay down for too long. Then they have these random high-end talent drives. They kick a game-winning field goal. They call it there. Same thing. And honestly, if this outcome is going to remain the secure, Chiefs are going to get fucking embarrassed in the first round.
Yep. They're headed that way, but then they'll fucking get their shit together and they'll be fine.
Yeah. Right? Panthers are Tanksgiving. They are better than they're improving. Bryce Young at least looks like he can be a decent NFL quarterback now. He's not as bad as he was the first 2 weeks. Is he going to be anything special? I don't know. But at the same time, he at least has salvaged his career. He might have a future in Carolina.
Are the Buccaneers, Buccaneers Giants, are the Bucks division, or
they might be wild? They might be football hell still because the Falcons still have that advantage. But I mean, the Giants are just. I think I had a tweet that from Brett that the Giants only had 6 pressures all game.
That was what was working all year. Yeah, that's what's been working all year. The thing is like they put Thibodeau in, and they moved Burns out to drop back, and Burns is more effective coming off the edge than Thibodeau. He's actually the better player than Thibodeau is coming off the edge. Like Thibodeau's been average when he's out there. Like there was no pressure whatsoever. Neighbors is mad at fucking Dable or whatever. Like the team sucks. They're trash. American trash. And I'm done talking about it. They're fucking garbage. I mean, Lions and the Colts. Lions are Super Bowl. Colts are
football hell.
Raider trash.
They are football hell. I mean, if Anthony Richardson, every time he made a play, it was called back for an offensive penalty. Jesus Lord. It is the Lions, but at the same time, it's like the same stat line plays out for AR every time. Sub 500 completion rate, over 150 passing yards, solid running, and a bunch of plays either dropped or pulled back by penalty. I think it's like something like 100 or 150 yards undone by penalties or something ridiculous. But it's just
in order to get those plays, they have to hold because that's how bad they are, or they have to do something illegal to even get those plays. That's how
the problem with the Colts is they fancy themselves as playoff contenders, but they're not.
They're trash.
The thing is, like, if they were any good, like if they didn't get swept by the Texans, they might have won the division. But the problem is, it's just they'll probably go 8-9, 7-10.
Yeah.
There's just too many flaws in this team. But the Lions are a fucking wagon.
Yeah. The Lions they're a juggernaut right now. They played bad and still won. That's how you know they're a good team, when they play like shit.
They didn't even play bad. They played all right, but it's just
I wouldn't say bad. They just played average, and they still that's when they play average and win,
and they win decisively.
Good. Broncos piss on the Raiders. The Broncos, are they a playoff team?
Unfortunately, yes. They played really ugly, though. They played a very ghastly game. They're just lucky that the Raiders are fucking terrible. Like the Raiders are just they're in American trash. They're fucking bad. And Gardner Minshew's out for the year now. They were playing Desmond Mitter by the end. They couldn't convert in the red zone. I think they dropped like 2 or 3 picks. They let Denver have the short shit all game. They didn't adjust. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It was bad.
This is the most unmemorable game from the NFL all year. The Seahawks and the Cardinals. Nothing interesting happened in this game.
Well, the only thing you remember is Kyler trying to skyhook it, and he got picked off by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well,
Cardinals are wild card, and the sad part is the Seahawks now lead the division.
Oh my God, what a terrible division!
Oh, dude, it's
what a
so
terrible existence.
It is. That was definitely a game. I mean, their
Cardinals
saving grace is that the
AFC
AFC and NFC South are they're bad.
Yeah, this could have been the year that the Giants just had to be average and they would have made the playoffs. But no. All right, let's read.
This is why I'm not against. This is why I'm against 7 seeds making the playoffs. It puts mediocrity on a pedestal.
Yep. Let's get these supers out. You stopped at Matthew Ramirez.
Matthew Ramirez. Who should be the Patriots' #1 weapon, target, 3 and 5? At running back, wide receiver, and tight end, if any, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's your target.
Yeah, you want Travis Hunter. You want that two-way player, baby.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your #1 wideout. Beast
Let's
of
go,
Metal
Beastie.
became a YouTube member. What's up? And Beast of Metal gifted a Dumpster Fire membership. We bring out.
Yeah,
the
let's
Jeebus
go.
there too.
2 members, 2 for 1.
Christopher Brickner. My biggest problem with Tomlin is he won a Super Bowl in year 2 with a team built by Cowher. He hasn't been able to build his own Super Bowl team. No, I hate this fucking argument, and I'm a Tomlin, like I'm a cynic. Like the same Cowher's players went 8-8 in his final year in 2006. The real demerit he should be, he has no coaching tree. Like there's nothing there. That's his biggest demerit.
Yeah.
Like Arians was a coward. Like he had
Right.
a bunch of out coordinator jobs before that, so he doesn't count.
But nobody's like, yeah, we got to hire one of. He's a Tomlin disciple. We got to get him.
No, I mean, dude, and honestly, like people say, like, oh, name one thing Tomlin should be fired for. Well, he trusted Randy Fichtner, Matt Canada, and Arthur Smith to run his offense. That's a big one. That gets coaches fired long before that.
Where did Marvin Lewis come from?
He came from the Steelers. He was a Cowher.
Okay, so he was,
and then he was Cowher, and then Bill
Cowher guy. He's not a Tomlin guy.
No,
That's
Marvin
right.
Lewis. Marvin Lewis was hired in 03. He was long before Tomlin. Tomlin was in college the moment he was an O coordinator. And Jared Froman, which organization is worse, the Giants, the Jets, or the Jags?
Oh my God, the Jets as an organization are the worst because they did everything. They bent over backwards to bring in Aaron Rodgers and his bullshit, and they're getting Aaron Rodgers.
Not even that. Woody Johnson is meddling in the wrong ways.
And they fired Joe Douglas. Did you hear what happened? Woody Johnson landed in his helicopter.
And he made a joke.
And Joe Douglas was like, guys, if I don't see you after this meeting, it was nice knowing you. And he got fired.
Yep.
What a shit show. You fly your helicopter down there to fire the guy. He's like, oh, fuck, I got to go. I got to go fire my fucking GM. I fucking forgot.
Here it is. For proof, seen via Jay Glazer. Woody Johnson flew into practice on his helicopter this past Tuesday, and Joe Douglas joked to Jeff Ulbrich, if they pull me off the practice field, it's been an honor serving you. He was then pulled off the field and fired.
Good old Jay Glazer. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Jerry Jones could only dream of doing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maze the Great 757. Tree hockey fans are still asking, what about us? You'll get your video, man. Trust me. I mean, you're going to be next up on the docket. There's a lot to talk about in hockey, man. Predators are going to shit. Penguins are going to shit. The Jets are a wagon. The Rangers are apparently a mess.
The Rangers are just
the Bruins are
right now.
The Bruins are a boys club. And the St. Louis just realized Jim Montgomery's out there, and they pretty much chucked Jeff Bannister off a cliff. It's like, hey, just look at the trees. Look at the trees. Look at the trees in the background. See ya. Hey, Jim, come on up.
They did Mice and Men or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Just look at the flowers. Just look at them. Just keep looking at the flowers. That's what they did. Firefox for 10. Do you think teams of bad records care more about having a decent record or losing more games to get a better draft pick at this point in the season? Probably the fans are worried about bad records. I mean, they care more about tanking because remember when the Eagles booed Santa Claus, they were winning that game. But the reason why they were pissed was because it would have cost them the number 1 pick in O.J. Simpson. That's why.
Apparently that Santa Claus was like an asshole too.
He was
like
drunk.
He was talking shit and he was drunk and he was yelling at people. Yeah, which makes it even more Philly.
But honestly, it's like booing Santa Claus is definitely a Philly thing. Regardless of if he's fucking drunk. I would have to be drunk too to watch Eagles football. Christopher Brickner. I meant Thursday should be a snowball. I think they're calling it the snow globe.
Yeah.
Uxinator. I dip the turkey in the ketchup, not pour it on.
Okay.
I'll have to try that.
He's like, he does it like a dipping sauce.
Yep. Al for 2. I'm so mad the Vikings have a chance to take the division. They're not taking the division. Lions will crush them again. JNLT. If the Texans are bad, why not make a special tier for them below division but above wild card? The problem is I could say that a bunch of other teams. Like we can say that about the Cardinals and the Seahawks too.
Yeah. So that's what football hell is.
Yep. MKI Sports. Good news. The San Diego Clippers are back. Bad news. They're playing in the NBA G League. Well, San Diego is building a state-of-the-art arena, so they could get another NBA team or an NHL team soon. Yeah.
What are they doing?
Actually part of that project.
Really?
They're just trying to woo.
They don't have a team and they're just building an arena?
Yeah.
Maybe for concerts or something.
Yeah, I mean for concerts. I mean if you want an indoor concert besides Petco.
Comic-Con. You could have Comic-Con there.
I mean, honestly, they should build a football stadium and bring back the Chargers, but what do I know?
Christopher
Brickner. The way he's managed the Jets, Aaron Rodgers has evolved into Aaron O'Brien. I'm glad Bob left being the Buckeyes OC and they got Chip Kelly instead.
Aaron O'Brien.
And Al, same old Lions fears rolling in for me. It sucks. I mean, that's the problem. It's hard to break that shit when you have years.
Relax.
Honestly, the Vikings are used to that shit too. They're used to blowing leads.
The Lions are playing the Bills in the Super Bowl. It's happening. Kansas City their comeuppance is coming
because that's just how football is.
Their comeuppance is coming.
Yeah, buddy. And Green Bay was a 7 seed and kicked the hell out of Dallas. They did that for karma against Jerry Jones. And the Lim report for 5 New Zealand, listening to you guys while I tidy up my mom's apartment. Just saw her in a casket an hour ago. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
That sucks, man. She died suddenly on Monday. Dude, that sucks.
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm so sorry. I mean, losing your mom, that's tough, man. Dude, that legit sucks. I'm so sorry, man.
Wow.
I know New Zealand doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving when America does, but still, that's terrible.
Yeah, Jesus. Brother, I'm so sorry for your loss. Take your time, man. Like, you're probably processing it all. Just make sure you process. It's tough. It's tough. It feels surreal. I don't know. Wow. Way to go, Manuel. I'm sorry, Dave, man. Lim.
I was just trying to lighten up the mood from Lim, but dude, I completely understand, man. I'm so sorry there, man. That sucks. Let's go on. Speaking of tragedies, Green Bay, San Francisco. San Francisco is football hell. They are just they're without everybody. They might legitimately finish below 500. They've got the Bills next week. They're fucked.
And they're injured all shit. No Brock Purdy. No
Purdy, no Bosa, no Trent Williams. They're without Brandon Ayuk for the year. McCaffrey doesn't look like he's at 100%. Like he's not close to 100%. He might not ever be the same. That's the problem.
Oh, this is funny. By the way, Auburn beat fucking Texas A&M. They blew a 21-point lead and then won it in overtime.
That sounds like a Texas A&M
to a terrible Auburn team. Auburn is bad. Bad. All right, Eagles, Rams. Eagles are they?
They're Super Bowl, unfortunately. I mean, that's the reason why I get pissed with the Eagles, because that's what they're capable of at their peak. They just fucking mantled the Rams, and I mean dismantled them.
Dismantled.
I mean, Saquon Barkley is a fucking animal.
He's just somebody trying to say. Somebody was like, "Why are you upset about Saquon?" We got Tyrone Tracy. First of all. And I saw the best argument. Tyrone Tracy is a running back. Saquon Barkley is a superstar. Tracy has fumbled multiple times, which has cost this team games. Like, yes, he's a good running back. Don't get me wrong, but he's not
he's
Saquon
a good
Barkley.
running back, but Saquon is generational. Like he's
Saquon
playing
his first year
right now.
Right. His first year and every year that he's been out there, he's a guy that can turn a 2-yard loss with no blocking in front of him into a 99-yard gain. And he's got a line, and he's proving that he's been the best running back outside of Derrick Henry in the NFL.
He carried the Giants into the playoffs in 2022.
For 7 years, this guy's been good. Other than the injured years, yeah, that sucks. But you know, he wasn't trying to get injured. But the guy's a superstar, and now he's healthy, and he's doing it in Philly, and it breaks my heart. But the argument that letting Saquon go was the right move is somewhat valid, but it's egg on our face right now. So I don't want to hear any copium from other Giants fans saying, but we got Tyrone Tracy. I'm like, no, we fucked up. Admit it. We fucked up. We paid the wrong guy.
You chose Danny Derps over Saquon, and now it's you're already noticing it because Danny Derps is gone. He's going to be a backup somewhere.
Yeah, he's gone, and we fucking suck. All right.
Yep.
Rams. Where are the Rams? Are they?
Rams are football hell. They are football hell.
And then last night the Ravens take a dump in the Harbaugh all over Jim Harbaugh.
I mean, Ravens might be Super Bowl. They might be Super Bowl again. I mean, that defense is still a question, but I mean, they fucking smacked them. And the problem is, like, Sandy, the Chargers are a good team. They don't have any weapons. They don't have wide receivers. That's the problem because they couldn't keep up.
They're still wild card, aren't they?
Yeah, they are wild card. I mean, they are a strong team. They kept up for a half, but that was it. It's probably going to be a first round exit, but no shame in that, especially with how bad the last few years have been.
A lot of teams on bye.
Yep. I mean, and it was just a crazy week in general. I mean, Atlanta's still division, unfortunately. Bills are Super Bowl. Bengals are football hell.
Jags are
American. Saints are football hell. And the Jets are American. they garbage. They mega
garbage.
We got a few new members too. Irvin Alvarado remembers for a month. I've been to Pechanga Arena for Gulls hockey. It's old. Hopefully they get a new arena. They already have been to Snapdragon Stadium, which is a nice venue. And AMP became a new member too. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
go.
And James Lindsley for our final super chat of the day. 5, how have you not suffered alcohol poisoning yet? If I was a Giants fan, I would have suffered alcohol poisoning the moment Saquon signed with the Eagles.
You know, at the time, I was like, all right, you got him. But, you know, he's got an injury. You know, I tried to cope. I was like, he's got an injury history. He's probably, you know, he might be washed. You're paying a running back on his second deal. Now they just took all that copium and stuffed it into my fucking face. And we're like, fuck you, you bitch. You're wrong.
Buzzer. Brian Gwynn. Shout out to Brendan Graham. Unfortunately, he tore his tricep and is out for the year. If we're going to the Super Bowl, it's going to be for him. Fly, Eagles, fly. Any thoughts on his career, guys? Brendan Graham, he was never like an elite defensive end, but he was really damn good for a long time. He was like your Aaron Smith or your Brett Kiesel, like a really solid guy. He's going to be in your team's ring of honor in the future. So it's a damn shame his career to go out like that. But, I mean, if you remember, same thing happened with Jason Peters in your Super Bowl year in 18. I think the problem with the Eagles, too, it's like I'm still worried about Sirianni. I feel like he's going to fuck it up somehow.
He'll find a way. He's Nick Sirianni. Like they're winning despite him. You got to give him credit though. Like he finds a way to win despite himself.
Even Sirianni couldn't fuck that up on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like that was it was just annihilation. Alfred 2, y'all's confidence in the Lions helps, not gonna lie. Love you too.
10-1. They're 10-1. That's a lot.
They're a legit 10-1. They're not like a Steelers 10-1.
Or a fucking Chiefs 10-1 where they keep getting bailed out by fucking calls and shit. Yep, I'm just interested to see them in the playoffs. I just hope that they got to be winning enough so that a Dan Campbell decision doesn't fuck them, and they're gonna win on Tanksgiving too. They're gonna.
Oh yeah,
that'll be the first time in how many years? What's the Lions streak on Tanksgiving?
I think it's like 6 or 7. But I mean, dude, I mean, we'll sacrifice more Bears misery for a Detroit. Like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you guys be losing a game in Detroit this year? I mean, that was a classic. I'm surprised it stood through last year. And
Dan
Dan B
said Graham's got the best
Yep.
play in Eagles history, and he said
The
it's
fumble
his
and break.
last year. Yep, it's been a good one for the guy. Yeah,
Absolutely.
congrats
As I
on-
said,
for
he'll be
his
in the
career.
Eagles Ring of Honor.
Yep.
He'll make it there.
All right, everybody. Happy Tanksgiving.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoyed the show. You got 2 tier makers. You got a food one and the NFL. We will not be doing clickbait this Thursday,
No,
but we
no
love y'all,
clickbait.
and we will see
Absolutely.
you next week or for the Sunday night shit show.
Yep. And
Love
nothing of
y'all.
value was lost with clickbait because we know it's not good.
Yes.
And I'm
All right.
saying this too. I try hard on it, but unfortunately, I think I'm the biggest. Whatever. It's just
All right,
we'll
let's
be
play it out.
talking about it.
Yep.
See you
guys.
guys.